Hello students, I hope you are all fine and you are taking good care of your health. In this tutorial audio presentation, I will discuss speech writing. I will discuss a few valuable tips related with speech writing. As you know that speech writing is there in our syllabus and it is of 5 marks. And you know that the division already I discussed when I discussed the syllabus with you all, that it is of 1 marks is for format and content and expression will have 2 marks each. So, and the word limit is that you have to write within 120 to 150 words. Now in this audio presentation I will go through some of the instructions, valuable instructions that you must follow while writing a speech. Point number 1, make sure you use language which is suitable for the audience you are addressing to. Usage of complex vocabulary for addressing children is not advisable. Always use a simple language, because a simple and a clear language has far-reaching effect. Complex vocabulary or complex words are to be avoided. Point number 2, usage of quotes is highly recommended. Quotes can be used at the time of commencement or as an ending statement. A quote in the middle of the speech would also be fine. You can use quote. You can use quote at the very beginning of the speech, or you could use quote at the conclusion part of the speech. Even in the middle part of the speech also you can use a quote. Next point, make sure you write in paragraphs. Now paragraph change is also important, or you can leave a line in the middle, then you can start again writing the next sentence. So paragraph change is also a very important part in case of speech. Next one, practice previous year question papers. Now previous year question papers, you might find that the word limit is between 150 to 200, but at least the topics are there in the questions that you can all practice. Point number 5, read as many samples as you can. It will give you an idea as how to write, how they are actually written. If you go on solving many speech writing questions, then obviously you will get a good idea about how to write speech. Apart from that, if you go on reading many solved samples also, it will also give you a lot of idea about how to approach a speech. Point number 6 is very important. Read newspaper editorials or opinions. They give new ideas and opinions that may help during exams. If you read the newspaper, particularly the editorial section, obviously where opinions of peoples are there, their own personal point of view or personal opinions are mentioned. If you go on reading it daily, on a daily basis, the editorial sections of the editorial columns of your newspaper, it will actually reshape your creativity. It will give you enough creative impetus also, and which may help you in the examination time also while you are composing a speech. Point number 7 is the most important point. Plan before you pen. That means before you write anything, it is advisory that you plan the entire thing. Just make a list of all your important points on the rough sheet. That is the last sheet of your answer booklet, so that you do not forget relevant points while writing. This also helps you in maintaining a sequence, which is very important. It is better you do a rough sketch or a rough draft. From that rough draft, you can finally use it in the main point, and finally you can arrange all those points that you have already mentioned in the rough draft and finally you can make the entire sample, or you can make the entire assignment fresh, and then you can write it down. So very important is plan before you pen. Before you write it seriously, you plan it first and then you execute it. Presentation is very important. As creative writing assignments, presentation is the key, or rather to say, presentation holds the key. So dear students, remember this 8 point. Presentation is very, very important. Point number 9. Make sure you double check for grammatical accuracy and spellings, because they carry marks. Grammatical accuracy and spellings are to be checked and rechecked in examination time also, and while you will practice from the question banks also, because if there is mistakes in grammar and spellings, then obviously you will lose marks. I am moving on to point number 10 now. Leave adequate number of lines between paragraphs to make it look clean. Write it in a clear and a distinct manner, and obviously there should be a proper division between the paragraphs while you are writing, or if you are comfortable, then you can leave a line and then you can start with the next paragraph. But your presentation should be clear, compact, and most importantly, you have to leave adequate lines in between the paragraphs so that the presentation may look clean and clear. Point number 11 is also very important. Underlining the main points is very important, but it is advised to do it after finishing your exam. Use a pencil and scale for underlining. Now it is advisable that after you complete the entire examination, after you write up the entire English paper, while you will go on checking or rechecking once again, at that time you can underline or highlight the main points in speech with a pencil and a ruler. Point number 12. Always have a few general quotes in handy. They help in presentation and shows that you are prepared. Some generalized quotations always keep in your mind and use it tactfully and suitably in respect to the topic that you are writing about. So it is advisable that some quoted expressions or quoted lines should be always in your mind, or should be kept always in your mind, so that you can tactfully and quite systematically apply or use those quotations in speech when it is needed, related to the topic that you are attempting. So that was the last point. Dear students, I hope you will listen to this audio presentation, and if there is any doubt, kindly clarify. Thank you, students.